Kenya universities and colleges service has given them a unique identifier, a number. That is enough. Any student who does not have an ID, please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a family, let them apply. And if they have any problem, my office is open. Let them come to me. I will help them.
What is your office?
Jogo House, 10th floor.
10th floor.
Yes.
Room number?
It is at the right corner, at the end of the right corner of the corridor. Nobody can miss it. Yes, I am there to serve you, and I am ready and willing to serve you any day of the day, any time of the day and night.
All right.
That's why I'm
so
here.
if you're a student, I know most of them are in my DM.
Yes.
If you have an issue with your university, paying fees, applying loan, help, and all those, go to Jogo House, floor number 10, and occupy the room at the right corner, and tell her you came to space and you promised this. Why am I being paid? Why am I being told to pay this much? So hold in there, Dr. Beatrice.
You're most welcome.
Yeah, Honorable Steve.
Yes, Eric.
Go on. Jiru, we are also waiting for Jiru to come and continue. Asante. Edgar, you can take over.
Okay. Yeah, Eric, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And I'm glad to see we are heading somewhere as a country where people can deliberate and look for fundamental solutions to our problems. Now, just to begin with, I'd like to add on the issue of IDs, what Professor was speaking about. And I want to let Kenyans know that this issue of ID, it is not what people perceive. I want Kenyans to understand that Kenya has been chosen as a pilot country in the implementation of what we call the New World Order. The New World Order agenda is an agenda that entails what we call a one world government. And this is not an agenda that was started yesterday. It is an agenda that has been put on set from the year 1946 after the Second World War. Immediately after the Second World War, on the 13th of February in 1946, the UN formulated what we call the UN Charter with one goal. And the entire goal was to break down sovereignties of all countries and build what we call a one world government. During that time, let me just take you through so you understand, and I'll reach the ID so that we understand where we're going as a country, because we seem to look at things at the face value, but without us understanding the root cause of our problems, I don't think we'll find a fundamental solution. So from the 1940s and 50s, this agenda was spearheaded by a group of billionaires named called the Bilderberg Group. The Bilderberg Group are the richest families in the world. Name them the Rothschild, the Rockefellers, the House of Lorraine, the Habsburgs, all of them. And towards 1970s, they formulated and rebranded into a group known as the World Economic Forum. That was in 1971. The World Economic Forum is a forum that is spearheaded by a German economist called Klaus Schwab. And this is the mother organization that is spearheading this New World Order agenda. And remember, this is the same organization that the group has taken full control of this country we call Kenya. And where we are going, where we are, and where our problems began.
Gender rule constitutional amendment, at least not for now until we get this particular regime out of power. But it is true, and it will be important, that the truth agenda constitutional principle needs to be enacted should we then able to realize the aspirations of the constitution. So yes, it's an important thing that needs to be done, just that in the manner of sequencing, it is not that is pressing right now and also urgent. By the way, again, the truth agenda principle is what gives us a chance actually to dissolve this parliament and also to dissolve, to make sure that Ruto goes home, because you remember that particular advisory that was given by Justice Maraga, pursuant to Article 261(7) of the Constitution. So using the province, actually the truth agenda rule that the gentleman raised, it is also possible to actually send this particular parliament home, and consequently, of course, the presidency and all of the elections subsequently. So yes, in the long term, is not through constitutional amendments. Lastly, in terms of this particular sector, I'd like to see someone actually talked about to suppress voter registration or voter registration. I really think that what is important in the voter registration process is the nomination and establishment of the IEBC. So whatever we can, part of the demands that we must make in the next couple of weeks, as we say, Ruto must go, we must also ensure that the IEBC then is in place to make sure that all these Gen Zs who are in the streets participate in the next general election whenever it is held, so that at least their voices is not just heard by manner of the protest, but also in terms of the vote. So what is important is the IEBC. Let's keep the focus, let's push that and make sure that, before this regime goes home, if at all it takes too long, we must have an IEBC in place so that at least we help us Kenya back to constitutionality. Thank you very much, Maj, and I'm happy to support whenever I called upon in the next couple of hours. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Neto. Thank you, Neto, for your submissions. I think what I like to make a rejoinder on is what he purported about, like the president had already gazetted on why he fired all his cabinet secretaries. My question to him, also to Daktari, because initially we had said that we need a